Marshall gone. Did he dispose of it legally? The ruckman, Scotty, Lysette, beat him up. No. Scotty's kicked the match winner. Lysette lines up. Lysette kicks a goal. Have a look at it. Hand pass out to Lysette though from 35 on the tie. Scott Lysette. Listen to the home crowd. Erupts. Spilled out. Lysette. Shot at goal. Kicks. Kicks. Scotty Lysette. What a goal.
What a goal. Well, welcome to the Wednesday watch list, driven by Isuzu D-Max. Go your own way. Lee Montagna, great to have you here.
Thank you, Jared.
David King.
Hello, Joey. Kingy.
Well, should we just assess where our list has been? There's a couple that did come to the fore very much so. The Cats' defensive exposure was obvious. The Tigers' run home matters more now than it ever has. And three big dogs is what they did on Sunday.
They made a noise on Sunday, didn't they?
Yes. What would you like to add to the list, Joey? You think they're the shapers of the eight?
Yeah, I want to talk about the Hawks tonight, because when they looked at the bye and you looked at their run home, they got 8 of the top 10 teams in the competition on the run home. But we've already seen the Sydney Swans, they made them vulnerable with their spot in the top 8. The GWS Giants, they spoilt the party for them. And we take a look at the remainder of the run home. This Hawthorn side, I tell you what, you don't want to be playing them on the run home. I think this Hawks team will shape the top 8 with the sides who they're playing. They've got Fremantle, who are trying to make the 8, Port Adelaide and Brisbane, and sides trying to make the top 4. But what they've been able to do since the bye has been dramatic. Well, we're going to take some numbers first, Robbo, and then we'll have a look at some vision. Well, I've tried to keep it pretty simple. But their turnaround in game style has been dramatic.
Wow.
And these are just a couple of them. So not only were they the worst team in the competition playing the game in their front half, they were the worst team by a mile. 3 games since the bye, they are clearly number 1. Their forward half intercepts, they're number 2. And more importantly, like all the good teams, they are scoring off their intercepts.
That is phenomenal.
It is phenomenal. It is a coaching masterstroke.
So what have they done?
And they're the number 1 intercept team. Well, I want to show you the vision, because what they've become, Clarko's bird's nest, we're calling them, these young Hawks in defence, they are catching everything. Nothing is getting through this defence. And I just want to take a look at the work rate and the aggressive and assertive defence. So the Giants win this footy and switch, and the Giants have actually got an outnumber on this open side of the ground. Watch the work rate of this Hawthorn backline first, their mids and their off-ball runners to create the extra number down the line, to create the extra number, 2 or 3 numbers, and create this nest where there is absolutely nowhere for the GWS Giants to go. You look at the amount of Hawks around that footy. 4 of them could have raffled it. They win the ball back and they are off, and they get an opportunity to score off that play. This one is a bit different. This one is their system. And just watch at the top of the screen there, you can see Will Day running off his man. So this is where it's got to start to create the outnumber. His work rate to get back and create the sort of concertina effect, because the Giants have actually got a free player out on that side of the ground. But here is what you get when you get cohesion, continuity, you get chemistry. There's Hardwick. I'm going forward, you come to my man. They roll around. And now the Giants are held up. And have a look at that. The Hawks have got 2 spare defenders there. They've got the nest. There is nowhere to go. They take another intercept mark and off they go again. They are playing a brilliant defensive system. And the evolution from pre-bye to post-bye, and they were on record as saying, I think Craig McRae was on radio before the City game saying, we've gone to town on our team defence over the bye. And I'll tell you what, you wouldn't want to be playing them on the run home, because when you defend like that, and when you've got players that are as athletic and as quick and as courageous, and they all fly for their marks. Their aerial prowess is unbelievable.
Their cohesion
and chemistry.
Massive.
So when you're well coached and you're all buying into team defence, like we see the top teams, you're very hard to beat. I wouldn't want to be playing the Hawks on the run home. They are going to be a scary proposition. And watch out for next year.
Move on. Well done. A bit like Jared earlier.
It's over.
Don't keep patting yourself on the back.
Okay, I'm not patting myself.
Real good.
I'm not patting myself. I'm patting the Hawks.
That was outstanding.
Clarko's bird's nest. The only thing we have to teach him is alliteration.
Well done, buddy.
It's the alliteration.
What is it?
That really catches on.
Yeah, the nest.
Bird's nest.
It's the nest.
It's not.
Yeah, the nest.
Yeah. All right, you're going to...
The Hawks bird nest.
Is it a bird nest?
It's already a bird nest.
I think every bit of vision that we show, and we've talked a lot about Essendon's young kids, and I think you've got to come back further. You've got to look at their leaders. And they had a leadership change at the start of the year, and the flow and effect from those changes is significant. And the form of those guys has shouldered the load. And then the second-tier players have been able to drop in, guys like Laverty and Hind and those sort of guys.
Langford.
It's just Langford, being able to do what they've always done, and the kids can blossom. But it's not really about the kids. I want to highlight the form of, in particular, Heppel, who wasn't there last year, hardly played the 3 games. Hooker, Anthony McDonald, Tippermutti and Merritt. And I think they're the 3 guys. If you just look at the basic numbers of how much they've improved, the numbers are staggering. They've had fantastic years. Heppel is second in intercepts for general defenders in the competition. Who would have thought that, going to half-back, that he'd be such a boom? And he's allowed Hind to go in behind because he's got him covered. He's calm under pressure, Heppel. He's cool in a crisis. He was huge last week.
He was.
Really big. I think we had doubts about him being a star in the forward half. Hooker's gone forward, obviously, and stayed forward. I mean, he's been thrown around the last few years. He's 30 goals. I mean, he's third in the competition for possessions or disposals in the forward 50. Look at those numbers there. They're significant jumps from already good, solid AFL players to another big step. And McDonald, Tippermutti, every time he gets the ball, a score eventuates. And I then look at their side and I say, why wait? Everyone's talking about next year and the year after. There's a perfect opportunity right now. Why wait? I mean, they can go and get Geelong. Look at the way that Brisbane got them last week with speed. Well, what did Essendon do? Speed out of the back half. So I don't think there's a timeline for improvement. It just comes when it comes. And I think with the leadership group they've got at the moment and this blossoming, second, third tier players, now's their time. Go and whack Geelong between the eyes. Don't limp down there thinking, oh, we're a chance, we're this, we're that. If we do this right, if we do that right. Go down there and hit them between the eyes and make a statement with speed.
I don't think an Essendon fan is more prouder than Dyson Heppel. And what you spoke about then was spot on. There was some fears, wasn't there?
Yeah.
Heppel back flank, speed. We're talking about the start of the year. Talk about cooling the crisis.
And Kingy's point spot on. All these younger teams we talk about, and we talk about the young players a lot, but you only play well when your leaders play well. And at the Adelaide Crows early in the year, it was Tex and all those guys, and the Essendon leader. Your leaders have to play well when you're a young side. That's the big key.
All right, let's move to the Ashley and Martin
Good
turning
stuff,
points. A starter watch here. You want to give us Luke Jackson?
Yeah, well, there's a lot of places you can hide kids, and there's one place you can't hide them, and that's in the ruck or playing against grown men in really physical positions. And this guy has really surprised me. I'm not sure what he is. I know he's 199 centimetres, but you don't see those sorts of players getting involved when they've lost possession. So we were talking today and had a look through guys that create turnovers, guys that make turnovers, OK? Follow-up pressure, chase and harass, get beaten once but make up for it instantly. He's sixth in the competition for creating turnovers. Points from turnover. 57 points he's responsible for. The guys that are in front of him, Wicks, Pickett, Papley, Graham and Butler, they're all dwarfs. They're all small guys.
Pressure players,
they're all pressure players. They're purpose-picked players. This guy's a ruckman that goes forward, takes marks inside the forward 50. He's unbelievable at ground level. You're looking at your rising star winner right here.
Yeah, I agree with you.
That's what he is. Yeah. And what he's going to become, I don't know, because I see a young Cooter in him, and then I see a bit of Max Gawn, and then you think, is he better than Grundy? Is he going to be better than Grundy? Oh, I don't know what he's going to be. But you're just not sure what the scope is for this guy. And I think when you compare his career right now, it's only 19 games deep. He's only 19 years of age. But if you compare it against Max Gawn and Brodie Grundy at the same stage, 19 games in, and Max was I think 22 when he was playing his 19th game. Have a look at those numbers.
No, they're extraordinary.
It's extraordinary, isn't it?
Really
so
is.
Really comparative, and he's in front of those guys. So what's he going to become? I don't know. But let's enjoy what he is right now. And what he is right now, I think, is the rising star winner.
Yeah, so not just a rising star, he is the rising star. Excellent watch list. Luke
Great stuff.
Jackson joins it.
The Nest.
Both up and about this week. The Nest.
The Nest.
The Nest, the Hawks, Birds Nest.
Like it.
I think we better get that changed from Hawk shaping the 8 to
The Nest.
the catch.
You didn't like the Nest.
Well, I just think alliteration is the best way to get it to catch on.
Okay.
So Clarko's cluster, it owes to...
Well, you've got a job.
Oh, OK.
We're giving you a job then. You've got a week to come up
That's
with
Jared Healy's portfolio.
Oh,
Jared Healy tries to bring up a catch crow every week.
The Hawk's Nest.
Every week.
Hawk's
Okay,
Nest.
You said Hawks, Birds Nest.
Hawk's Nest. Sorry, Hawk's Nest.
Most tweeted about moments
was
from
better
around. Braden Maynard.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, that'll do it. That's got all the.
This is
that's got all
ridiculous.
the Twitter
That
parts
is
to it, doesn't it?
ridiculous.
Bad
Upset.
free kick, then give away the worst.
I would have argued too if that was paid against me.
Only number 2.
The Bonds at 2.
Wow.
The big dogs.
Yes. The most tweeted about moments.
Oh, I know.
I'm not.
Tim O'Brien.
Yes.
Oh,
of.
What a grab.
That was.
Ever take one of them at West Preston, Robert?
The most tweeted about moments of round.
Is that a no?
Graham only